Let's ride.
I've never actually gotten lost out here. I hope to not try today.
You hope what?
Hope to not try today.
Yeah.
So, today is officially the first trail ride of the Big Beta 500 since Ferret Face and Meeker Extreme helped me replace my oil pump gears. Now, I replaced them at 100 hours. They looked virtually brand new. Very hard to tell where it was wearing. Ferret Face just rebuilt his 390, his 2019 390 engine, because the head gasket blew. I'm sure he's got videos about it, or will be shortly. It just got all put back together and ready to go again. But one of the things that they did as part of this rebuild of his engine that had blown is he replaced his oil pump gears. He'd replaced them originally at about 70 hours. And now the bike's got about 260 to 270 on it. So he put about 200 hours on those new oil pump gears, and they were plastic ones. They were just like the original stock ones. And they're pretty worn out. They're pretty bad. So my take from my bike and his is if you buy a new Beta with the plastic oil gears in its stock, if you do the BYOB, the Build Your Own Beta program, and have the bike set up for you, that's one of the things you can have them put in for you at the factory, is the steel ones. But if you're like me and you buy a stock bike and it's got the plastic gears in it, as long as you're not racing and winding the things out all the time, I would bet you could probably take it 150, 170 hours without a whole lot of trouble before replacing them. I think the manual says do it at 100 hours, which is when I did it. Mine were still in great shape. They'd have lasted a while longer, but Ferret Faces had 200 hours on his. They were pretty worn out. So that's based on our experience of pulling these things out. I also put bar risers on this thing. So this is the first trail ride with the bar risers on it. I can already tell it's more comfortable. I'm happier sitting down too. That's more comfortable. And standing up is better. I don't have to crouch quite as much. You want to crouch some. You don't want your knees locked, of course, but making sure Steve's still behind me, which he is. Good, good. But anyway, I got new bar risers on it. I think they're an 8" and an 8. I think. I had a little trouble getting the throttle cable to work. So I initially had wanted to keep my triple clamp mounting point up front. There's 3 mounting points on these Betas, and the one that's at the front gets those bars further out in front of you. For my height, I kind of like that. That didn't work. It didn't reach. So now I've got it down in the back position, and seems to be okay. It's kind of right on the edge of me being comfortable with it, but I don't really have a better option. The only other thing I can do is buy shorter risers, which I feel like would sort of defeat the purpose of putting them on at all, because I need the height. But we're going to see how it does. The bike was clean when I started this ride, because I'd cleaned it up really good for taking apart the engine case to replace those oil pump gears. Well, been enough of these mud puddles, not clean anymore. So for those of you who may not know, Steve, my buddy, is behind me. He's on a Kawasaki KLX 300, the dual sport version. He takes that thing pretty much anywhere. It's pretty amazing actually what he's able to do on it. To me, they're pretty impressive. Oh, I remember this spot. I went through there once before and went down. Super Dave took me through there. I don't think it matters a whole lot. Woo! Pretty deep though. Nothing these bikes can't handle though.